Hello students, last class we have learned about the distance time graph of an object at rest, uniform motion and non-uniform motion. Today we are going to discuss about the velocity time graph. How to represent velocity time graph? Let us see. Here you know, in case of distance time graph, distance is plotted along y-axis and time along the x-axis. Then how can we say that in case of velocity time graph? Velocity is plotted along y-axis and time along x-axis. Then we can say that graph as velocity time graph. In this case, we are going to take the change in velocity with respect to time. That's why velocity along y-axis, time along x-axis. So first case, if an object is in uniform motion, how to represent that motion? How to draw velocity time graph of that object? Here you can see time along x-axis, velocity along y-axis. In this case, it is in uniform motion. Velocity of that object is constant. There is no acceleration. Acceleration is 0 in this case. How to draw that graph? The graph will be a straight line parallel to the time axis. From this we can say here the velocity of that object is not changing. Children, here if I am writing here as 20 meter per second, here this is origin. After 1 second, 2 seconds, 3 seconds, 4 seconds, you can see the object is moving with the constant speed. Here the speed is not changing. So if an object is in uniform motion or moving with zero acceleration, we can say the graph will be a straight line parallel to the time axis. Children, you know acceleration is change in velocity divided by time. Okay, last class we discussed about the slope of the graph. Here no slope you can see, but here if you are taking the slope from this graph, you can say there is no slope. Here slope is equal to 0. That's why I told acceleration is 0. Why I am saying like this means here velocity along y-axis and time along x-axis. If you are taking the slope, that time we can say velocity by time will be there. Change in y coordinate by change in x coordinate. Velocity divided by time, that you know, that is acceleration. So for a velocity time graph, the slope of the graph gives us acceleration. In this case, here object is in uniform motion, no acceleration, no slope here. Again we have to discuss about another quantity from this graph. Let us see what is that. Velocity time graph of this object is a straight line parallel to time axis. Now you can see I joined that B to the x-axis, that is marked as C. So here you can see a rectangle and a shaded portion you can see here. This we can say as the area under velocity time graph, or you can say this portion is enclosed by the graph and the time axis. So from this, if you are finding the area of this rectangle, that means the area of this shaded portion you have to find. That is area of rectangle OABC. You know area of rectangle means length into breadth. From this graph you can take this length as OC and that breadth as OA. Here I am going to take this as V. That means here the object is moving with velocity V meter per second. So here you can write OC, that is T, time taken, into the velocity OA, that is V. V into T, you know this is velocity into time. Velocity into time. Children, you know velocity is equal to displacement divided by time. From this you can say velocity into time. Velocity into time gives you displacement. So here you can see velocity into time. From that you can write here as displacement. So here we can say the area under velocity time graph gives us displacement. So if you have a velocity time graph, slope of the graph gives you acceleration and the area under that graph gives you displacement or the distance covered by that object. Here also you can see the same graph, but here I considered a small portion of that AB only. That means a time interval we have to consider here. So from this you can say here the object is moving with the velocity v meter per second at time interval t1, that is v meter per second. After that some time, that is a t2, and that time also its velocity v meter per second. From this, how to find the area? The area under this AB means this shaded portion, that also you know a rectangle there. So the rectangle, how to find the area of this rectangle? Here you know this is the length and this is the breadth we can take here. T2 minus T1, that is length into breadth you can take as V. So here you will get this as V into T2 minus T1, velocity into time, total time taken. So from this we can say here we are getting the distance covered by that object. That means here we are discussing about linear motion, that is the displacement. Here we have to consider the object is moving with uniform acceleration, or we can say that is moving with positive acceleration. You know, positive acceleration means there the velocity is increasing. So if an object is moving with uniform acceleration, you will get a graph like this. The graph will be a straight line having slope. Here velocity along y axis, time along x axis. The graph will be a straight line having slope. Here you can see the object is starting from rest. Okay children, here the object is starting from rest, then only you can draw the graph like this. That time you have to start that from the origin. Y means the object is starting from rest, then the velocity of that object is increasing. Here the velocity, that direct relation you can see, time is increasing, along with that velocity also increasing here. You know, slope of this velocity time graph gives us acceleration. Let us see how. Here you can take a small portion of this graph, then we can take this as T1 and here this is T2. Here we can take this as V1 and here V2. Last class we discussed now how to find the slope. That time change in y coordinate divided by change in x coordinate. So change in y coordinate means here we can write that as V2 minus V1 divided by T2 minus T1. So here change in velocity divided by time. From this we can say the slope gives us acceleration. One more quantity we can get from the velocity time graph, that is the distance covered by that object. You know, the area under velocity time graph gives us the displacement or the distance covered by that object. Here you can see that is a triangle. Then how to find the area? Here you know that equation, half into base into height. So here half into, here if I am writing this A and B, here half into OB into AB. We need all these things to derive the equations of motion. Here the area of this triangle gives you the distance covered by that object. Children, next we can consider if the object is starting with a velocity. That means first case we studied as the initial velocity, that is 0, that is starting from rest. Then here you have to consider the object is starting with a velocity u meter per second. Then here you can't start from the origin. There we studied that you have to draw. Here also we are discussing about uniform acceleration. Object is moving with positive acceleration. If the object is starting from rest, you have to start from the origin. But here in this case it is given as that is moving with a velocity. That means for that object initial velocity one value there, Here we can consider that as u. You can see u is marked here. So from there you have to start. Here also you will get a straight line having slope. So velocity time graph of an object moving with positive acceleration will be a straight line having slope. In this case also, if you are finding the slope of the graph, you can get the acceleration, positive acceleration. You know, here the velocity of that object is increasing. You can see that is increasing with respect to time. Then by finding the area of this graph, area under this velocity time graph gives you the distance. If you are finding the area of this graph, you can get the distance. So for finding the area of this graph, in this case two ways there. You have to know what are the two ways. Then that will be helpful for you to derive the equations of motion. Here the shaded portion gives you the distance covered by that object. Can you say which shape you can see here? O, A, B, C. What is that? That is a trapezium. If you are finding the area of that trapezium, you can get the distance. So here what is the equation for finding area of that trapezium? You know that is half into h into a plus b. Here this is a trapezium, two parallel sides there. First one A and second one, the length of that we can take as B. Here h is the distance between that two parallel sides. So equation for finding area of trapezium is half into h into a plus b. So from this you can write that as half into h means this one, OC into OA plus BC. This gives you the distance covered by that object. You have to get the concept, children. How are we getting that area? Okay, then only you can do that derivations easily. Children, now we can divide that trapezium into triangle and a rectangle. Here you can see a triangle ABD, then rectangle OADC. Then how to find the area? Area will be equal to the sum of area of that triangle and area of rectangle. So area of triangle ABD plus area of rectangle OADC. Here area of triangle you know half into B into H. Area of rectangle L into B. Then how to write that? Half into base of the triangle, that is AD, into height of the triangle, that is BD, then plus length of the rectangle, that is OC, into breadth of the rectangle, that is OA. This gives you the distance covered by that object. So in this case, for finding the distance covered by that object, we have to get the area. For that, two ways there. First one, you can consider the trapezium. Then second case, you have to divide that into a triangle and a rectangle. Then the area of that shaded portion. From that we can say that is the distance covered by that object. If that object is moving with negative acceleration, how to draw that? Here you can see time along x-axis, velocity along y-axis. You can see a graph. Here also you can see a straight line. For this graph also on slope there. Then what is the difference between the negative acceleration and positive acceleration? There, in case of positive acceleration, we have drawn like this. That time velocity is increasing with respect to time. But here you can see the velocity is decreasing. Time is increasing, velocity is decreasing. So, like this you can represent the motion of an object with negative acceleration. If an object is moving with non-uniform acceleration, that means acceleration is a variable there, then how to represent that? Here you can see velocity time graph, we can get any form of curves. Okay, distance time graph we studied. Now like that here, velocity time graph of an object moving with variable acceleration, you will get a curve. Another on form also here you can see, like this way also we can draw. Here you can see this is time, here it is velocity, here you have to write the unit, here it is second. You can see here this one gives you positive acceleration, okay. Then here you can see negative acceleration, again you can see positive acceleration, then negative acceleration. Here also the acceleration is changing, no. This also an example for that non-uniformly accelerated motion. Children, here you can see another on velocity time graph. Here you can see OA, this part gives you positive acceleration. Then this also you know BC, that gives you negative acceleration. Then what does this mean? AB, here you know, here the velocity of that object is not changing, here the acceleration is 0, here also the acceleration changing, no. So here the motion of that object, you can see positive acceleration, 0 acceleration there, negative acceleration, that is changing here, non-uniformly accelerated motion. Listen here, here you can see positive acceleration, then negative acceleration, positive acceleration, negative acceleration, 0 acceleration. Like this way, different forms we can draw. Okay children, next video we will derive equations of motion. That will be very easy for you if you have the concepts of today's topics.